AITAH for telling my husband I want a divorce because of the way
he tried to make it up to me. My husband and I are both 31, and we have been together since we were 19. We have one child, who is 10 months old. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say this hasn't always been a thing, because that would be a lie. But ever since I had our child, this has become a constant thing and I'm repulsed. So, throughout our marriage, I have been the one pushing for communication. I always want to talk things out, whereas he wants to settle everything with sex. We are arguing? Nothing some whinering can't fix. We have something to celebrate? Let's fuck. We are grieving? Let's have sex and forget about it. He had a hard day at work. He needs to take it out on me sexually. And again, I put up with it, so I'm just as much as fault. But when I was pregnant and he started fucking off as often as possible, literally hanging out with his friends every single day and drinking probably twice or 3 times a week all the way up until I delivered the baby, I told him several times that I refused to accept sex in place of an apology anymore, because he would come home drunk, see me pissed off, and just immediately start initiating sex. And I started turning him down left and right, to a point where he felt like a fat piece of shit because I refused to sleep with him for weeks. But then things got better. I had the baby. Our communication became very good, which was an adjustment. I even agreed to sleep with him when I was only 5 weeks postpartum. But around the baby being maybe 7-ish months old, he started fucking off again. He was a kick-ass dad and partner when he was home, but he spent a majority of his time outdoors with his buddies. It caused a bunch of fights because he pulled the I fucking worked all day. I deserved some timelines whenever I was irritated that he wasn't home. And eventually, I just stopped caring. Stopped saying anything. He noticed. He stopped going out at all. He refused to leave the house if it wasn't for work and started trying to sleep with me again because, as I already stated, sex is the only way this man communicates, so this was his way of apologizing. I refused him every time, but last night he once again tried initiating and I pushed his hand away. He says, "Simon, I know I fucked up. I'm trying to make it up to you." And as soon as he said that, I told him I wanted a divorce because I would rather fuck my hand for the rest of my life than be tied to a man who thinks his penis is so great that it'll make me forget about everything. He starts crying, asks if I'm serious and if I really want a divorce, and I said yes. That perhaps if he had tried to communicate with me without letting his dick do the talking, then maybe we could have made it worked, but I'm disgusted by the sight of him now. I am currently at my mom's with my baby, and he's blowing me up, explaining himself and telling me the why he does that. But I don't care anymore.